Welcome to August the 16th. I'll start from 2017, work back to 2014, take it from there. Some things should not happen, but they do. Australia is overgoverned with three layers of government: federal, state, and local. Local councils can be very good, focused on core objectives like town planning, community hubs like libraries, pools, and gymnasiums. Or local council can be awful, reactive, and intrusive and unhelpful. Greens and ALP-dominated local councils tend to the latter. Sydney suffers under a Green-type leadership which makes her awful. Melbourne prospers under a Conservative, Robert Doyle. Recently, a Greens council attempted to ban a synagogue in a community with a large Jewish presence. Another council, Yarra, Greens-dominated, has floated fake polls regarding Australia Day so as to have Australia Day removed as a public holiday and replace it with May the 8th. Which might be made to sound like mate, an Okker-style greeting of a friend. If the council really needed to make a change, why lie about it? Couldn't they just stick to garbage collection and town planning? Why replace a summer holiday with a winter one? On this day in history, 1 BC, Wang Mang consolidated his power by becoming Marshal of State. 8 years later, he became emperor. He was a Confucian scholar who aimed for ideals but resulted in chaos. He had inherited chaos too. Emperor Ai of Han had died the previous day in 1 BC and had badly run the court, placing his homosexual lover in charge of the army. Wang reversed that policy, and the army chief suicided the next day, giving Wang his position in the military. In 1513, early in his years on the throne, Henry VIII defeated France at the Battle of Guinegate. In 1792, Robespierre presented a petition demanding the Commune of Paris create a revolutionary tribunal. In 1812, General William Hull surrendered Fort Detroit without a battle. Obama did something similar with the city of Detroit. In 1819, the Peterloo Massacre occurred when cavalry charged a crowd of protesters. In Petersfield, Manchester, not the act of a democratic power. 17 died and 600 were wounded. In 1841, after the president vetoed bill for a second U.S. bank, Whigs, antecedent Democrats, rioted outside the White House in the most violent demonstration in White House history. In 1858, U.S. President Buchanan sent a cable to Queen Victoria. It is not recorded if she was amused. In 1859, the Tuscan National Assembly deposed the House of Habsburg-Lorraine, the most royal family in European history. In 1869, a Paraguayan battalion made up of children, some wearing fake beards, numbering 6,000, was crushed by the Brazilian army, numbering 18,000 Brazilians and 2,000 Argentinians. In 1870, at the Battle of Maz-Latour, Prussia defeated France in stunning fashion. With 30,000 men facing 120,000, Prussia should not have won, but did. In 1900, the Battle of Ellen's River during the Second Boer War had 500 British, 297 Australians, 201 Rhodesians, 3 Canadians, 3 Britons, at a supply dump faced off against 3,000 Boer regulars. The Boers were not able to seize the dump before it was relieved over a week later. In 1913, fantasies of some were made real by women going to university in Japan's Tohoku University for the first time. In 1920, a player in Major League Baseball was killed by a fastball. In 1927, the Doyle air race began from Oakland to Honolulu, where 6 of the 8 planes crashed or disappeared without trace. In 1929, Jordanians rioted, killing Jews in British Mandate Palestine. In 1930, Fiddlesticks, the first color and sound cartoon, was made. In 1944, the German-made jet bomber Junkers Ju 287 first flew. It was only a prototype in 1945. Japan had surrendered, but some still attempted to assassinate the Prime Minister Suzuki to prevent negotiations. On the same day, the last Chinese emperor, Pu Yi, was captured by Soviet forces. In 1954, Sports Illustrated was first published in 1960. Joseph Kittinger jumped out of a balloon at 31 kilometers in 1966. The communist witch hunt extended to celebrities aiding North Vietnamese. Hanoi Jane says she was used by communists and is also vindicated.